Okay, here's a concept in fractions, reducing fractions to their simplest form. So this would be like if you're given a fraction 2 divided by 8, and you're asked to reduce this to its simplest form or simplify. To do this, you ask yourself, hey, is there a number, one single number, that I can divide both the top and the bottom by evenly? So in this case, it's pretty easy to see that 2 will go into both the top and the bottom. So in other words, 2 divided by 2 on the top is 1, and 8 divided by 2 on the bottom is equal to 4. So 2 over 8 is the same thing as 1 over 4. And I can give you a kind of a graphic example of this. If you ordered a pizza and you got 4 friends, and the pizza comes sliced into 8 slices. If I slice this up like this, so we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out in your heads that, okay, everybody gets 2 pieces, right? So that makes it fair. Everybody gets the same amount of pizza. Well, if I redraw this pizza, and if we believe that two pieces of pizza out of 8 is the same thing as 1 piece of pizza out of 4, that's the same thing as saying, okay, if they sent us the pizza and it was only cut into fourths, then it's pretty easy to see that the 4 friends are each going to get 1 slice of pizza. So in that case, it's like, okay, everybody gets 1/4. It's the same thing as saying, a pizza cut into 8 pieces, everybody gets 2 eighths. So, that's a simple example, but it does kind of prove to us that 2 eighths is the same thing. It's the same exact thing as 1/4. So we don't need like a graphic example or a picture to use this or to be able to know how to reduce fractions. If we had something like 12 over 24, we'd look at these two numbers on the numerator and the denominator, and we'd ask ourselves, all right, let's just divide by 2. Let's keep it simple. We'll divide the top. 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6, and we'll do the same thing on the bottom. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, and it looks like we're not done, right? Because I think we could use 2 again. 6 divided by 2 on the top is 3, and then 12 divided by 2 on the bottom is 6. And I don't think we're done yet. Even though I can't use the number 2 again, it looks like I could use 3, because 3 will go into 3 and 6 evenly. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1. Come on, you. 1. There we go. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we can see that 12/24 is the same as 1/2. All right, so let's move to another page. Reducing fractions is really helpful, because if you're given an addition problem like 12/24 plus 2 eighths, we saw in the last fraction lesson how we can use cross multiplication to solve a problem like this. But you know what? I just don't want to multiply 8 times 24 because I have to do it longhand, and it makes a big old number. It makes the numbers hard to work with. So before you start a problem like this, you really should reduce the fractions to the simplest form first, and then do your operation, your addition. So let's start with the 12 over 24 fraction. Let me rewrite it down here, and then let's go through the same steps. We'll divide the top and the bottom number by 2, and so 12 divided by 2 is 6, and then 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, and then I can do it one more time. I think we just did this on this last page, but 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. And we can do this one more time, but using the number 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so I already know that 12/24 is the same as 1/2. Now, let me reduce this 2 over 8. And that's pretty easy, because I can see that I can divide the top and bottom by 2. 2 divided by 2 on the top is 1. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. All right, so this is so much easier to work with. Now, if I do my cross multiplication on the bottom, this is going to equal, let me set this up. I'm going to have 8 for my denominator. And then if I cross multiply, 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times 1 is 4. And now I can just add the two top numbers directly together, and the bottom number stays the same. Let me write this down here. Okay, equals, and then come down here. 4 plus 2 is 6, and then we keep the 8 in the denominator. But this fraction can be simplified. So let me just simplify this one. If I divide the top and the bottom by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now I have to ask myself, can this be reduced any further? I don't think so, because if I divide the top by 3, 4 will not, cannot be evenly divided by 3, and the same thing is true with like 2. I can't choose that because 3 divided by 2 will not come out even. So it looks like I've got my final answer right here. So you can see that reducing fractions to their simplest form first, and then like adding them or subtracting them, whatever you're going to do, it just makes it easier on you. Actually, you'll probably make less mistakes like that. So before we finish this lesson, let me show you a very important concept. It seems kind of silly at first when you first look at it, but if you have like any number, the same number, when it's on the top and the bottom in the numerator and the denominator, the answer, or it's always the same thing as 1. So it's true for any number. 3 over 3 is equal to 1. 41 over 41 is equal to 1. And the reverse operation is also true. If you have any number and you multiply it by 1, you get the same number. So 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 4,096 times 1 is 4,096. This is actually a very important concept for us. It's a helpful tool that you will see used in the upcoming math lessons. And this simple fact that the fraction 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1, and any number times 1 is equal to that same number, it's very, very powerful, very, very helpful, and you'll see it as we progress through the lessons.